Hey everyone, it's Lauren. So today's, I guess, would be question of the day and a topic in general. It actually came up in mind when I was thinking the other day when it comes to uh, social acceptance. Now, I've been noticing through like so much media feed and people's feedback and their comments and opinions. I want to know if people understand what they socially accept and what they don't socially accept. And once you recognize those, like, do you now see the contradiction that you put out in this world? So, like, for example, I don't understand why it's socially acceptable for a woman to modify her body and then to be condoned as beautiful right afterwards. I understand that, beauty is seen through the eyes of the individual, okay? And, everyone has their own preference on what beauty is to them and what it consists of and whatnot, okay? Based off of what you've been shown and influenced by. Now, I don't find or don't understand how it can be socially acceptable for women to get breast implants, to have, butt jobs, rhinoplasty, Botox, anything that you can think of that can alter your body. I don't understand why it's condoned as something beautiful when you're changing who you are as a person, image wise. And I think that everyone should be loving themselves for who they are, and everyone should be encouraging each other to love themselves for who they are instead of encouraging them to be something that they're not. And I've realized in society today, you can be anyone that you want to be, and it sounds great and a positive thing when it's said like that and it's advertised in that manner. But when you actually think about that statement, you can be whoever you want to be but yourself. And that's what everyone has been encouraging these days, especially through social media. I understand that people will find that, being a plastic surgeon, what else? Plastic surgeon, a makeup artist, it's great and people feel like they're empowering others and making them feel confident about themselves. But at the same time, I don't see anyone encouraging that person to take a second glance at themselves and be like, hey, you are okay the way you are, and you need to learn to accept yourself and not feel that you need to be accepted by society. It's a bit contradicting how people say, this is beautiful, or I find this person beautiful, but yet this other person completely changed their image and they're considered and condoned that's beautiful. I just want to know what everyone's intake is on that whole entire subject on social acceptance. Now, it's not just through image. Another example would be, why is it socially acceptable for gay women to be sexually explicit, and why is it not socially acceptable for gay men to be, sexually explicit? I understand there's different reasons as to why it is easier for women as opposed for men, but it's not fair. Like, things should be equal, and that's what we should be, moving towards and supporting. So I just really want to know what everyone's intake is on that and their input. And if you have any other examples as to, what you socially accept and what you don't socially accept, like, just take a minute, sit down, think about the things that you like, the things that you comment on, the things that you promote as an individual, and the things that you support, on a daily basis. And then just take a second and actually think to yourself, like, why am I supporting this person? What is it that I like about this group? Or what is it I like about this page, this person? And what is it that they're promoting themselves and representing as a person? And what are they supporting? And what good are they putting out in that society? People fail to realize that social acceptance is a huge thing that we do unconsciously on a daily basis. And whether you think it's something whether you think or look at a situation as just supporting it, there's also effect to what you support, even though you're being a positive person about it. Okay? And it brings a huge influence on our youth these days. And people are still not paying attention to that. And, that's just my subject of the day and my question of the day. So I know this video is a bit long. I'm going to start cutting it right now. I look for anyone's feedback. Inbox me, comment. I look forward to it. Thanks.